I did prioritize winning. That's at the top of my list and will probably never change. With Ohtani's jersey setting sales records, ticket prices for the Dodgers home opener are averaging close to $1,000.
It's a celebrity in Japan in the mold of a LeBron James and a Taylor Swift combined. Somebody we're going to be talking about as one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
The new face of a franchise and America's pastime. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Wow, with a deferment, he's going to be getting paid $68 million when he's 49 years old.
That is insane to me. And to put it that way, you know, a combined LeBron and Taylor, that is a major powerhouse right there.
Sure is. Thanks for watching Early Today. I'm Philip Mena.
And I'm Frances Rivera. Have a great weekend.
Join the Holiday Love celebration at Mercedes-Benz of Bowling Green.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-348-9623. That's 1-800-348-9623 or go to VacuTrim.com.
Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing. Hopscotch. Someone came to play.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
This December, Kelly's All New. With merry guests and all the festivities, we're hooking everyone in the audience up. It's a Holly Jolly Kelly.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Good morning, South Central Kentucky. Weather anchor Noah Moore here, filling in for meteorologist Darius Mack. Now, as we go on throughout the rest of the morning, we are going to continue to warm up. But first, our temperatures are mainly going to stay into the upper 20s and low to mid 30s. But as the day goes on, we are going to warm up into the 50s, and it's going to feel very nice and very mild. And we are going to stay fairly dry for the majority of your day today. But as we go into tomorrow, that's when we could continue to have some more rain chances. But I'll have all that and more in my full 7-day forecast.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. Lung cancer can happen to anyone, even if you don't smoke at all. We'll hear what doctors say puts people at risk beyond smoking. Plus, fighting continues between Hamas and Israel, and many lawmakers here are questioning the involvement of the United States. We'll discover the latest on these conflicts. Then, the new year is just around the corner, but that doesn't mean you can't still start getting your 2024 budget ready. We'll see what economists say you can do to stay ahead of bills before ringing in the new year. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good Friday morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. Today is December 15th. I'm Ashley Wilson. We go straight into our top stories. In the first Team Kentucky address in his second term as governor, Andy Beshear is touting major success for the Commonwealth. Beshear says the past 4 years have been the best in Kentucky's history for new private sector investments, creating more than 50,000 Kentucky jobs. Beshear attributes a big part of the Commonwealth's success to landing the two largest economic development projects in state history, the two new electric vehicle battery plants in Hardin and Warren counties.
Combined, these two projects will create over 7,000 new Kentucky jobs and are nearly $8 billion in new investment in our Commonwealth. They've also cemented our place as the EV battery production capital of the United States of America.
Bowling Green's AESC electric vehicle battery plant is scheduled to be completed in early 2025. And Orchestra Kentucky is back from the biggest performance in their 25-year history, playing at the gubernatorial inauguration of Governor Andy Beshear. The professional orchestra was able to play in the Capitol Rotunda in Frankfort alongside all of the pomp and circumstance that is brought with the election. They played a medley of songs from American composers to celebrate the inauguration. Director Jeff Reed says the Rotunda brought its own challenges.
Playing in the Capitol Rotunda is a very different experience for us. It's a really glorious place. The acoustics aren't the best in the world, but just the setting is really inspirational.
Director Reed also says that there are performers that were happy and honored to be given the opportunity to play at the inauguration. Over 40,000 children have been reached across the entire state of Kentucky, all by one organization based right here in Warren County. Kids on the Block takes child-sized puppets to act out skits for children. It's a way to connect with kids and spread awareness about child abuse prevention, fire safety, and many more conversations that aren't normally talked about. This learning experience is more than just children learning. It also is giving children the chance to speak up for themselves.
This really gives children a voice. It tells them what they can do to help stop whatever situation that they're in or to prevent something in the future. Even with our child abuse prevention program, it is preventative. However, we do have children that disclose abuse after seeing our program.
Kids on the Block is always ready and willing to spread knowledge and create an avenue for children to express themselves. For details on how you can support, visit our website at WNKY.com. That was a first look at top stories. Now let's send it over to weather anchor Noah Moore for a check of our forecast. Hey, Noah.
Hey, Ashley. So, like I said before, temperatures are still fairly chilly to start off the day, into the 20s. Here in Edmonton, 33, a little bit warmer out there. Glasgow, 25, and Munfordville, 32 degrees. Further up to the north here in Hardinsburg, 29. That's just a glitch right there in Litchfield right there. It is not 57 degrees just yet. But further out to the west and parts of our western communities, Madisonville, 36, Hopkinsville, 33 degrees. So it's quite a cool, crisp morning to start your day. So you want to wake up and walk out the door and wear that hat and that jacket too. Now, here's a look at your clouds and radar. Most of us fairly dry all across the mid-south and south-central Kentucky. Just a few higher clouds throughout parts of our western areas, northwestern areas, and parts of Kentucky. But just looking forward, we are going to remain to have a very nice day overall. Here is your live cam by our AAA systems. This is the first ever live cam here in downtown Bowling Green. You can start seeing maybe a few isolated clouds further up here in parts of our sky, but we are going to continue to have a fairly nice day overall as we go right into the weekend. But right now, temperatures are mainly into the 20s here in downtown Bowling Green. We'll be right back.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
WNKY News 40 is helping find forever homes for shelter pets. Watch Pet of the Day on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon to meet your new best friend. Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
The Tops are going bowling, and News 40 is bringing you the action. Follow us on social media for all-day coverage leading to the game, and watch News 40 Sports at 5, 6, and 10 for highlights from Charlotte. WKU Bowl coverage powered by Jago Homes.
This thing was an event that took place on a dairy farm, and it was not my after-prom party. Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing.
Is this Woodstock?
Yeah! Hopscotch. Someone came to play! It'll have you guessing along at home. One of the founding fathers of the Rat Pack.
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah! Get your guess on. You just won $5,000.
On WNKY, NBC 40. The Tops are going bowling, and News 40 is bringing you the action. Follow us on social media for all-day coverage leading to the game, and watch News 40 Sports at 5, 6, and 10 for highlights from Charlotte. WKU Bowl coverage powered by Jago Homes.
Big Bang Theory star Kate McCucci is recovering from a recent surgery for lung cancer. The actress who played Lucy on the popular show says doctors caught the cancer early, adding that the diagnosis was a surprise since she's never smoked a cigarette in her life. Research shows lung cancer cases have risen among women in recent years, even for those who have never smoked. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Noah Fairber has more on how common it is for non-smokers to be diagnosed with lung cancer and what puts a person at risk beyond smoking.
It's long been known that those who smoke now or in the past are at higher risk for lung cancer, but people who don't smoke can be diagnosed with it too.
Upwards of 20%, especially of women who get lung cancer, are never smokers.
The American Cancer Society says exposure to secondhand smoke, pollution, family history, and other factors can contribute to lung cancer diagnosis. But there's not always a clear culprit, says Dr. James Finnegan with National Jewish Health.
Most of the people we see who are non-smokers who get lung cancer don't have a documented other cause.
According to the nonprofit, Women's Health Access Matters. Lung cancer cases among women have skyrocketed, 84% over the past 42 years, while dropping among men. The organization says non-smoking women are more than 2 times likely to get lung cancer than men who don't smoke.
It can be hard to catch because a lot of these people are asymptomatic.
But there are red flags to watch out for, including a persistent cough that won't go away, coughing up blood, and unexplained weight loss.
This is not an epidemic of people who get lung cancer who are non-smokers, but it definitely happens. Taking care of yourself, following up with your doctor, those are all good things to do.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Noah Fairber.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says there's an urgent need to boost vaccination rates amid increasing levels of respiratory disease. The CDC says low vaccination rates coupled with ongoing increases in respiratory disease activity by multiple viruses could lead to more severe disease, and that could put more strain on the healthcare system's capacity in the coming weeks. Those circulating viruses include influenza, coronavirus, and RSV. As for the low vaccine coverage, about 7 million fewer adults have gotten their flu shot so far this season compared with last. Just 17% of adults and about 8% of kids have received the latest COVID shot. Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, the Israel-Hamas rages on as civilian casualties mount in Gaza. We'll see what the international community has to say. Plus, weather anchor Noah Moore will have a full check of your forecast. Stay close.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
All away. Plug and play. Half the price. Sure is nice. Find it all at Aqualand. Visit our new showroom on Campbell Lane.
J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels. When a person comes in and does their prearrangement, I can see over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
This December, Kelly's All New. The holidays are in full swing with merry guests. Do you get into Christmas?
Yes.
When I say I decorate for Christmas, I'm slightly unhinged. And all the festivities. We're hooking everyone in the audience up. It's a Holly Jolly Kelly. Oh my God, this is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Hey, dude, listen up, brother. We're the cartoons, and we've got something for you. Tell them, Julie.
You don't want to miss them this week on Marquee Backstage.
Ooh, yeah, brother, the beat goes on.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
As the civilian death toll mounts and the situation in Gaza grows more dire, the White House is dispatching top officials to Israel. This as President Biden is pressed on whether the U.S. ally needs to tone down its military operation. Drew Petrimo reports from Washington.
As the civilian death toll in Gaza continues to mount, top U.S. officials, including the defense secretary and chairman of the Joint Chiefs, will join National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in Israel. The visit comes as President Biden steps up public calls for Israel to change its war tactics.
I want them to be focused on how to save civilian lives, not stop going after Hamas, but be more careful.
Sources tell NBC News the Biden administration is urging the Israelis to end the large-scale ground campaign in Gaza and move to a more targeted phase against Hamas. The push comes as the humanitarian crisis in Gaza gets worse every day.
The United States literally is leading the international effort to get food, water, medicine, and fuel into the people of Gaza. And we know that as winter comes, that's going to be even more important.
So far, Israeli leaders are pledging to push forward with the offensive aimed at removing Hamas from power.
It is not easy to destroy them. It will take and require a long period of time. It will last more than several months.
Inside Tel Aviv, family members of hostages being held by Hamas light the menorah on a somber last night of Hanukkah.
I still hope and believe that they will come home.
The Biden administration wants to funnel more U.S. aid to Israel, but that's caught up in Congress amid a fight over border security and support for Ukraine.
That was a look at your world news. Now let's send it over to weather anchor Noah Moore for another check of our forecast. Noah.
Yeah, so take a look at our live cam. Very beautiful start to the day. Just look at those clouds out there throughout our southern sky. We are mainly seeing mostly clear conditions and dry conditions as well. And it's going to continue to stay like that until maybe towards the afternoon. I'll get to that here in just a second. Right now, temperatures are still fairly chilly into the upper 20s at 28 degrees. Winds are fairly light and calm, and our dew point is at a very dry 22 degrees. Here's the bigger picture of your temperature map. Most of us are still sitting into the 20s and low 30s. Here, Munfordville, 32 degrees. Scottsville, 36. And then Russellville and Hopkinsville are into the low 30s. And Madisonville is at 36 degrees. Winds fairly light and calm. No real story on that, but they may increase throughout the day as the sun comes out. Now, here's a bigger picture of your clouds and your radar. Further out to the west and parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, they are continuing to still finish up a little snowstorm, especially on the backside of that low pressure system. But ahead of that, that's where they are seeing a lot more warmer temperatures. That's why they are seeing a lot more rain and possibly heavier rain as well. But that's going to continue to make its way off to the east, and that will impact us. But right now, we have a dome of high pressure system still dominating our atmosphere, and that's why we've been staying so dry the past couple of days. Now, going into your futurecast, as we go throughout the rest of the day today, towards 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to remain into the mid to upper 50s, feeling very nice and almost spring-like out there all across our viewing area. But as we go right into the rest of the afternoon, we could have some increasing clouds for tomorrow morning that will lead up into the rest of the day for your Saturday. And then further out to the west, that's when we could still have a few isolated rain showers moving in our area, especially late tomorrow afternoon. And then towards the evening hours, that's when we're going to pick up in intensity with some more of our isolated showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but we're not looking too convective out there throughout most of our communities. Now, a low with the chance, what does that mean? Well, as we go throughout the rest of the weekend, this is going to be the big weather problem through much of the East Coast, as we are going to have a really strong low pressure system moving right up. And as that does, it's got to continue to pump moisture all across the East Coast, and that's just going to give us a possibility to still see some heavier rain showers moving in. But as we go throughout the possible rainfall further out to the east, through parts of eastern and southeastern Kentucky, that's when they can see 1 to 2 inches. Most of us here, it's going to be on the more garden variety side. So we do need more rain still for the rest of the year, but it's it could be needed in other places as well. But take a look at your 7-day forecast as we go into the weekend. Like I said before, we have a 50% chance of seeing some showers with temperatures into the mid to upper 50s, feeling very nice overall, but then dipping down into the 30s, around 38 degrees. And then on Sunday, once again, temperatures still a little cooler than on Sunday or Saturday, with a few heavier showers coming in. But as we go right into the next week, that's when we can still have some fairly sunny days, but cool temperatures to start off the work week with temperatures into the mid 40s. And then as we go right into next week, into the midweek, that's when we can still have temperatures fairly mild into the mid to low 50s.
Shopping local for the holidays just got easier. WNKY wants to give you a chance at over $100 in gift cards to local businesses. Enter today at WNKY.com/contests. Because local matters.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With the multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at DGOKY.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
Hi, I'm Kate McKinnon. And live from New York, it's Saturday night. Welcome to Ellen. I'm Ellen.
With musical guest Billie Eilish.
What?
I got goosebumps. That was special.
Unbelievable.
Nailed it.
You are destined for stardom.
The Voice live Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Name something an elf might get teased about.
A bald head, Steve.
Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40, because local matters.
This thing was an event that took place on a dairy farm, and it was not my after-prom party. Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing.
Is this Woodstock?
Hopscotch. Someone came to play. It'll have you guessing along at home. One of the founding fathers of the Rat Pack.
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah! Get your guess on. You just won $5,000.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
Coca-Cola has recalled nearly 2,000 cases of Diet Coke, Sprite, and Fanta Orange because they could contain foreign material. The recalled 12-packs were sold in Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi. Coca-Cola says the recalled soda has been pulled from store shelves, but customers who may have the recalled products at home are urged to throw them out. Good news for prospective home buyers. Mortgage rates dropped below 7% for the first time since August. The cost of a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has dropped for 7 straight weeks now after hitting a 23-year high in October. Rates are expected to keep dropping as the Federal Reserve signals interest rate cuts next year. And while Santa's house at the North Pole is not for sale, you can take a look at it on Zillow. The real estate website is offering an AI-powered tour of Kris Kringle's digs that includes a virtual treasure hunt. According to Zillow, Santa's 2-bedroom, 2-bath home is worth nearly $1.2 million. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
We're just weeks away from ringing in a new year, and if you want to end 2023 on a positive financial note, there are a few money moves to consider before this year ends. Jen Sullivan has 5 tips that could help set you up for financial success in 2024.
Before you say farewell to 2023, you may want to reflect on your spending and plan for the future.
You want to be able to have your ducks in a row. You want to have your finances organized.
Here are 5 money moves from financial experts to consider these final days of the year if improving your finances is one of your 2024 resolutions. 1. Look ahead and decide which big purchases you'd like to make next year. Then create a plan to afford that new house, car, or trip. With the Fed expected to cut interest rates next year, economists say you could land lower interest rates by mid-2024.
My sense is that interest rates have already come down, and we expect them to fall further when we're talking about a 30-year mortgage or a 5-year fixed rate on the purchase of an automobile.
2. Tackle any lingering debt. Either pay it off now to avoid dragging it into next year, or come up with a plan to pay it off next year. 3. Boost your emergency savings fund. Figure out the most scaled back amount you need in order to get by month to month. 4. Look back at the year and take inventory of your assets and liabilities.
The cash that you have, your investment accounts, your properties, have a list of all of those assets, and then have a list of the liabilities. If you owe on a car, if you know how much you owe on your mortgage, if you have any credit card debt.
And 5. Plan to invest. Decide how much you'll invest next year and in what.
You really want to try your best to still continue to put money into your account, whether it be your 401k, your Roth IRA, or any sort of retirement vehicles.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
That was a look at your consumer news. Now let's send it over to weather anchor Noah Moore for a check of your forecast. Noah.
Not quite done just yet in that department, but yes, no, temperatures still into the mid to upper 20s and into the low 30s all across our viewing area. Scottsville 36 degrees, Glasgow is 25, Munfordville 31. As we go into Hartford, 32 degrees, so we're just at that freezing point. Calhoun, 28 degrees, and then further off to our western communities, it's just still getting just a little bit warmer out there. Madisonville, 35, Hopkinsville, 33, and then Elkton, we are still seeing temperatures into the 30s. Now, here's your look at your clouds and radar. Most of us fairly nice and dry overall. We do have increasing clouds off to our west. Now, here's a look at your live cam. You can definitely start seeing that we're starting to get a lot more sunshine. A few of those wispy clouds out there. And as we go throughout the rest of the day, we could continue to have a very much beautiful day, but we could have a few increasing clouds. Right now, temperatures are fairly cool into the upper 20s at 28 degrees. Winds are fairly light and calm, and our dew point is still very dry into the low 20s at 22 degrees. I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance, more fuel efficiency, and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda CR-V Hybrid or Accord Hybrid for you.
On December the 16th, on National Wreaths Across America Day, join us at Bowling Green Garden Cemetery on Lovers Lane as we remember our veterans. At 9 a.m., you can help us place a wreath on the headstone of one of our fallen heroes. At 11 a.m., we will have a ceremony to pay tribute to those who have served our country, and we will honor America's active duty military and their families. Join us as we honor our American heroes this holiday season on December the 16th.
Without the right start to your day, your morning could hit a wall.
Is he okay?
I got it. Belvita breakfast biscuits are baked with slow-release carbs and provide steady morning energy to help you rise and thrive.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's Lip Repair.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough?
It's very crazy.
And bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on WNKY, NBC 40.
Good morning, South Central Kentucky. Weather anchor Noah Moore here, filling in for meteorologist Darius Mack. Here is a live look at your live weather cam over at the AAA Systems. Thank you to them. We are able to have the very first view of downtown Bowling Green for most of us here. As we go throughout the rest of the day today, we are expected to have fairly sunny skies and dry conditions as we go right into the weekend, but we will have a few rain chances as we go into Saturday and into Sunday. But I'll have a look at that in my full 7-day forecast because News 40 Sunrise continues right now.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise to kick off your weekend. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. In the first Team Kentucky address in his second term as governor, Andy Beshear is touting major success for the Commonwealth. Beshear says the past 4 years have been the best in Kentucky's history for new private sector investments, creating more than 50,000 Kentucky jobs. Beshear attributes a big part of the Commonwealth's success to landing the two largest economic development projects in state history, the two new electric vehicle battery plants in Hardin and Warren counties.
Combined, these two projects will create over 7,000 new Kentucky jobs and are nearly $8 billion in new investment in our Commonwealth. They've also cemented our place as the EV battery production capital of the United States of America.
Bowling Green's AESC electric vehicle battery plant is scheduled to be completed in early 2025. And Orchestra Kentucky is back from the biggest performance in their 25-year history, playing at the gubernatorial inauguration of Governor Andy Beshear. The professional orchestra was able to play in the Capitol Rotunda in Frankfort alongside all of the pomp and circumstance that is brought with the election. They played a medley of songs from American composers to celebrate the inauguration. Director Jeff Reed says the Rotunda brought its own challenges.
Playing in the Capitol Rotunda is a very different experience for us. It's a really glorious place. The acoustics aren't the best in the world, but just the setting is really inspirational.
Director Reed also says that the performers were happy and honored to be given the opportunity to play at the inauguration. Over 40,000 children have been reached across the entire state of Kentucky, all by one organization based right here in Warren County. Kids on the Block takes child-sized puppets to act out skits for children. It's a way to connect with kids and spread awareness about child abuse prevention, fire safety, and many more conversations that aren't normally talked about. This learning experience is more than just children learning. It's also giving children the chance to speak for themselves.
This really gives children a voice. It tells them what they can do to help stop whatever situation that they're in or to prevent something in the future. Even with our child abuse prevention program, it is preventative. However, we do have children that disclose abuse after seeing our program.
Kids on the Block is always ready and willing to spread knowledge and create an avenue for children to express themselves. For details on how you can support, visit our website at WNKY.com. That was a final look at top stories. Now it's time to take a look at your pet of the day.
I'm reporter Carlisle Coppins, and it's now time for your pet of the day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. And today we have Ranger. He's 1 year old and his birthday is on Christmas. He's also a cat lover, so if you have a cat that loves dogs, he is the dog for you. He's a counter surfer, so definitely gotta watch your counter space, but he's excited. He's so lovable. He loves to sit and he can do other tricks. So come down to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society and adopt Ranger today.
Oh, sweet Ranger and a Christmas baby.
Yes, talk about a Christmas miracle.
I know,
for real.
and Ranger needs a forever home for Christmas and his birthday, so you can adopt Ranger today from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
And I'll have a look at some of your rain chances throughout the next couple of days into your weekend, so don't go anywhere too far.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on Pathfinder. Better hurry, these offers won't be back in stock.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well.
It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays. Every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week features Soul of Kentucky to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. See the full lineup at WNKY.com.
At Hard Copies, we're the music lovers' music store. With our sizable new music selection, our slice of local flavor, and wall-to-wall swag. We're your prime local spot for all things in rock. Hard Copies, located inside Greenwood Mall.
Something happens to Santa when he ends up on Miss Claus' naughty list.
A spanking. A spanking.
Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
All right, time now is 6:33 in the morning. Good morning if you're just now joining us. Here's a live look at downtown presented by AAA Systems. Very beautiful scenery all ready to start off the day. You can start looking out towards the west. That's where we're looking towards, and you can start seeing some of those higher level clouds out there in our atmosphere. But overall, we're still feeling fairly chilly to start off the day. Temperatures still into the 20s. 28 degrees is our current temperature right now. Winds are fairly light and calm, but they may increase as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon, and our dew points are still very dry into the 20s. Temperatures around our area, we are mainly seeing temps fairly cold here in Scottsville, 36 degrees. Glasgow's at a chilly 25 degrees. I think that might be the cooler area in parts of our area, but Burkesville, oh wait, forgot, y'all are 19 degrees, so it's still very cold out there. And then further on up to the north here in Hartford, 33, and then Madisonville is at a nice 35 degrees. So overall, fairly chilly morning overall, so you're definitely going to want to wear that coat and that hat. Now it's back over to Ashley.
Thank you, Noah. It's now time for your Friday edition of Sunrise Spotlight, and joining me this morning is Natasha Smith, here to tell us all about a great way to stay in shape this winter season. Natasha, good morning.
Good morning, Ashley.
We were just saying, it's a great time of year, lots of festivities, lots of parties, lots of parades, but with that, you know, it feels like we should be out and about and working off some of those treats.
All those extra calories, too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you've got something that you've been working on. Tell us what's going on.
So with Bike Walk BG, which is a movement to get people biking and walking in Bowling Green, everybody, and even if that's adaptive mobility, that includes you, we're looking to get people active and combat that tendency to hibernate through the winter. And being outdoors and with other people is a great way to do that. So the Winter Walking Club, we're hoping that people will come out and join us for group walks at a casual pace. We're doing that on Tuesdays at the Loops at Lovers Lane. There'll be an after-work walk at 5:30, so it's dark. Bring your flashlights. And then on Fridays, starting today, this will be our first Friday walk from Fountain Square Park at noon. We'll walk for about a half hour so we can fit it in on a lunch break. And if you want to keep walking, we'll go further.
And what a great way to have the accountability and to have a group setting, because sometimes doing it on your own is tough. Getting that, you know, momentum and the motivation to do it on your own. But if you have a group and you create a community that you want to get, you know, walking with and get active with, this is a great chance.
Exactly. And I've read some studies say that people who tell somebody they're going to stick with something are 65% more likely. And if you actually have an accountability buddy to show up with, you're 95% more likely to get out and do it.
So is this going to happen, rain or shine? Obviously today is a beautiful day.
Today is perfect.
To go and take a great walk. So tell us about the weather elements and what that looks like.
So yeah, in the winter in Kentucky, we expect a lot of gray and dull, maybe rainy days. But that's just part of what winter is here in Kentucky. So we're just going to power through and put a smile on our faces and get out and continue to exercise.
So just stay warm, stay bundled.
Stay warm, stay bundled. As the Scandinavians say, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. So how can people get involved? How can they get more information? Do they need to sign up or can they just show up?
You can show up any day, part of accountability. If you want to tell us online, on Facebook or Twitter somewhere that you're going to come join us, that's great. Otherwise, just show up at the appointed time. We do have some waivers for everybody to sign, and then we'll get going.
Well, it sounds like a great way to stay active this winter. Natasha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate it.
Of course. That was a look at today's Sunrise Spotlight, and when we come back, Noah Moore will have a full check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
On December the 16th, on National Wreaths Across America Day, join us at Bowling Green Garden Cemetery on Lovers Lane as we remember our veterans. At 9 a.m., you can help us place a wreath on the headstones of one of our fallen heroes. At 11 a.m., we will have a ceremony to pay tribute to those who have served our country, and we will honor America's active duty military and their families. Join us as we honor our American heroes this holiday season on December the 16th.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Better than bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And now there's the culinary collection. Italian herb for pasta, smoky chipotle for fajitas. It's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek.
Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
What do you got on your list?
MeTV is making a list, and you can check it twice. Go to MeTV.com for the full list of our very merry MeTV holiday programming.
Happy holidays from WNKY MeTV 40.
Welcome back to News 40. Now, taking a look at your clouds and radar, most of us are seeing very dry conditions to start off the day today. Further on out to our west and northwest, that's where we are seeing a few higher level clouds in our atmosphere, but those are just going to remain clouds. And we can definitely tell by our live cam by AAA systems, starting to see all the very beautiful pinks and deep blues out there. Very beautiful day to start off the rest of the weekend. Now, we are currently seeing temperatures fairly cold right now into the 20s, 28 degrees, winds light and calm, and our dew point is at 22 degrees. Temperatures across the region, most of us are seeing temps into the upper 30s and mid 20s here at Glasgow, 25, Campbellsville, 27, Edmonton, 32 degrees. And then over here in Woodbury and Morgantown, temperatures are still into the 20s. So make sure you bundle up this morning because we are mainly going to have a fairly chilly start off to the day. But you're definitely going to want to shed a few layers as we go throughout the rest of the day, as temperatures will increase into the mid 50s. So it's going to be a very nice December day. Wind speeds are fairly light and calm overall, we could still have them increase throughout the rest of the day, but around 5 miles an hour. So it's just going to be a nice little breeze. Taking a look at your clouds and radar, this high pressure system is still dominating our atmosphere, and that's why it's still keeping some of these clouds and rain off to our west. But this will be our next weather system to look at, as this is going to continue to track off to the east-northeast. It's going to move in our direction, but we are mainly going to continue to still have some light to heavy rain showers, and that's still going to be very beneficial to us because we are still in a rain deficit for this part of the world. But taking a look at your futurecast as we go throughout the rest of the day today, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, temperatures are going to be into the upper 50s and even a few of us down into the low 60s. As soon as you go further down to the south, that's where we can still have temperatures into the 60s. But further on off to the west, that's where we are going to continue to have increasing clouds throughout the rest of the day, with a few of those showers still making their way into our area. Now, a low with the chance. Now, what that means is as this high pressure system moves on out of its way, we are going to have that system roll in through our area, and that will give us a few isolated rain showers as we go. But then this really strong low pressure is going to remain off to our east coast, but we could see some backside rain where it could wrap around this low pressure system and give us a few showers as we go right into the weekend. So if you are going out and about during the weekend, make sure you have your umbrella in hand and maybe even a rain jacket too. So you definitely do not want to get wet out there. Now, here's your rainfall possible for our area. Now, most of us are going to be on the garden variety to light rain, barely anything in some cases. But further on off to the east, closer to that low pressure system, that's where you could see up 1 to 2 inches of rain in our viewing area, just looking on off there. But taking a look into your 7-day forecast, as we go right into the weekend, we are going to continue to still have temperatures fairly nice and mild into the 50s, 58 by Saturday, 52 by Sunday. And then going into Monday, that's when we could cool down well into the 40s, into the mid-40s at that. 45 degrees on Monday, 44 on Tuesday, with lows dipping down into the 20s. And then looking into the midweek, that's when we could still have temperatures into the low 50s, and that'll feel very nice and very comfortable with lots of sunny skies. And now it is time to announce the winners of this week's Soki's Birthday Club, and the winners are Sailor Butkowski and Tori Mashburn. You can look up for Soki's Birthday Club by visiting WNKY.com/birthday.now. Now let's wish these friends a happy birthday, and also wish everybody else for Soki's Birthday Club a happy birthday as well.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Brewster's holiday favorites are back in a cup, cone, or even a shake. Stop by for a scoop or two. And with gift card deals, you can treat everyone on your list. Brewster's, a scoop above the rest.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you.
Thanks. Thank you for coming together.
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, take courses on your own terms and apply the skills you learn right away. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40, because local matters.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough?
It's very crazy.
And bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on WNKY NBC 40. WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Welcome into sports. We had some high school hoops in action yesterday. Starting out at Franklin Simpson, the Wildcats hosted the Warren Central Dragons. Dragons coming off a state championship last season, but they entered this game still looking for the first win of the season. This one came down to the wire, but it was the Dragons who topped the Cats 67-65. And out in Morgantown, the Butler County Bears were also in action. They were hosting Russellville. The Bears were 4-0 heading into the night, while the Panthers were winless, 0-5. Ty Price and company continued their impressive start to the 2023 season, taking care of business 93-59. Butler County's Lawson Rice officially reached the 1,000 career point mark as well. The Bears will be back in action on Saturday. And the WKU football team is gearing up for their 5th straight bowl game under head coach Tyson Helton. The Tops are set to take on the Old Dominion Monarchs in the famous Toastery Bowl. That's upcoming on Monday at 1:30 p.m. local time. Team heads to Charlotte as winners of their last 2 bowl games, and they ended the regular season on a 2-game winning streak against Sam Houston and FIU. For running back Irvin Poindexter, the season hasn't gone as planned, but the focus is now on this bowl game.
We didn't have the season that we wanted to. The expectation was to be a conference champion, but ultimately we got to a bowl game, which is a win. You know, around here they say getting to a bowl game and winning bowl games is a tradition for the last few years since Coach Helton been here. So I'll say it's been ups and downs, like you said, but I feel like we ended on a high note and we look to end on an even higher note going into the bowl game.
Well, that's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. We stay here in Warren County, where another local organization is spreading some different Christmas joy throughout the community. News 40 reporter Carla Coppins has an inside scoop on how this nonprofit is making the season just a little bit brighter.
For over 35 years, the Boys and Girls Club hosts their annual club Christmas party. They fill out Christmas wish lists, and thanks to several donations, Christmas came early.
Listen, this is a huge undertaking, but it is worth it when you start to see those faces of the kids. One of our teens was just bawling tears of joy because they got what they had asked for.
Although this is a lot to handle, everyone realized that this could not have happened without the support of the community.
It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. It feels amazing to know that the community reaches out and actually comes through whenever it's needed.
The impact is major, not only for parents, but also for children who may not always be able to get the things that they like for Christmas.
I felt happy, joyful, surprised, because we got stuff that other kids can't get.
This night makes a difference for everyone. It also keeps the staff coming back.
It's the giant Christmas celebration at the club, and it's one of the days of pure joy.
The joy doesn't just stop for the kids that get the gifts.
Seeing a smile on their face just makes my mom happy, my stepdad happy, my friends, everybody happy.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
When we return, we'll see how one local school is continuing a 15-year Christmas tradition for this week's Feel Good Friday. Plus, weather anchor Noah Moore has another check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Looking to shop for a cause or to donate to a local nonprofit store? Visit the Habitat Restore of Bowling Green, located at the corner of 8th and Center across from the Bowling Green Ballpark. Call or visit our website today to learn more.
During your pregnancy, you'll take about 6 million breaths. 2 breaths as you get Pfizer's maternal RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. The only maternal vaccine given between 32 through 36 weeks of pregnancy to protect babies against RSV from birth through 6 months. 6 million breaths to meet your baby. Know you've helped protect them against RSV. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all babies of vaccinated mothers. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to vaccination. The most common side effects among pregnant women are headache, pain at the injection site, muscle pain, and nausea. In clinical trials with Abrysvo, low birth weight and jaundice were reported more frequently than placebo. Every breath matters. Talk to your OBGYN or other healthcare provider about Pfizer's maternal RSV vaccine, Abrysvo.
Hey, dude, listen up, brother. We're the cartoons, and we've got something for you. Tell them, Julie.
You don't want to miss them this week on Marquee Backstage.
Ooh, yeah, brother, the beat goes on.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
I want you to listen up and listen carefully.
This is MeTV, America's #1 classic television destination.
It's one of a kind. One of a kind. And it makes me feel good all over.
Airing more than 60 memorable series every week.
Watch WNKY MeTV 40 on these local channels.
MeTV is memorable entertainment.
Television?
Students at the Bowling Green Montessori School continued a 15-year tradition by making their way across downtown Bowling Green to serenade a few local businesses, including WNKY News 40, with Christmas carols. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more for this week's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
The students at the Montessori school, together with some of their teachers, made their way across downtown, popping into a few businesses to spread Christmas cheer.
Every year we have our kindergartners and we practice singing songs, and we just pop into businesses around town on the square and just sing to them and pass out candy canes.
I caught up with one of the students at the school who told me a little about his day of caroling in downtown Bowling Green. What's it like to come out and do some caroling today?
Good.
What's the, did you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Going to Mellow Mushroom.
One local business, back down south, got a big surprise when Santa showed up to surprise the kids while they were visiting.
No, I had no idea Santa was coming. I mean, the biggest surprise. I mean, I think all the kids were so surprised too. No, big shock.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
That was a look at this week's Feel Good Friday. I'm now going to send it off to weather anchor Noah Moore for a check of your forecast. Noah?
Yes, Tommy. Now, as we go throughout the rest of the day today, very nice day, all thanks to that high pressure system just off to our north and our east. That's still going to remain pretty dominant throughout most of the day, keeping a few of those clouds just off to our west. But as we continue to look off to our west, this will be our next weather maker as we go right into the weekend, with seeing some more showers and maybe even a possible rumble of thunder. But it's not really looking too good for some of those storms to really develop and really make their way into the area. Now, taking a look into your futurecast as we go right into your Friday, into the rest of the afternoon, temperatures are going to be into the mid to upper 50s, feeling very nice, very comfortable, and almost spring-like as we go for the first couple days in the winter. But looking off to our west, we can still continue to see increasing clouds by Saturday or late tonight into Saturday morning. And then that's when we're going to start seeing a few rain showers in far western Kentucky. And they're just going to be on the light side, more on the garden variety side. But we may pick up in intensity with seeing some more moisture being moved into the area. And as we do that, we could even pick up maybe a rumble of thunder and some of those heavier showers. But overall, they're all going to be on the garden variety side, and it's going to be very nice. And we do need the rain for our area. But I'll have a full look at your final forecast right after the break.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
On December the 16th, on National Wreaths Across America Day, join us at Bowling Green Garden Cemetery on Lovers Lane as we remember our veterans. At 9 a.m., you can help us place a wreath on the headstone of one of our fallen heroes. At 11 a.m., we will have a ceremony to pay tribute to those who have served our country, and we will honor America's active duty military and their families. Join us as we honor our American heroes this holiday season on December the 16th.
This December, Kelly's all new. The holidays are in full swing with merry guests. Do you get into Christmas?
Yes.
When I say I decorate for Christmas, I'm slightly unhinged. And all the festivities. We're hooking everyone in the audience up. It's a Holly Jolly Kelly. Oh my God, this is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40. The Tops are going bowling, and News 40 is bringing you the action. Follow us on social media for all-day coverage leading to the game, and watch News 40 Sports at 5, 6, and 10 for highlights from Charlotte. WKU Bowl coverage powered by Jago Homes. WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Join the Holiday Love celebration at Mercedes-Benz of Bowling Green.
And today's winner of WNKY's Shop Local contest is Pat Harp. Congratulations, Pat. You have just won over $100 in gifts. And don't forget, you have until December 21st to sign up. So be sure to do so at WNKY.com/contest.
And something you don't want to miss today, it is Food Truck Friday. And this week we'll have Soul of Kentucky with a portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at the Boys and Girls Club of Bowling Green. So head on over to the corner of Chestnut and 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a bite to eat, and always be on the lookout because you never know who will have parked outside next.
Okay, you guys, today's Feel Good Friday was the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
It was so cute.
And I have to say, when that little boy, that little caroler, when I asked him what his favorite part was, and he said mellow mushroom, I was actually at Mellow Mushroom yesterday for a board meeting, and they came in, we were in that back private party room, and we saw them come in, we were like, we want carolers. And so they came and they sang, and they did such a good job. And I have to tell you, Christmas carols just bring joy to my heart anyway. But when it's those littles, and they did so good. It just was the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
When they came here, we were actually in the middle of doing the noon show, and I could hear it going on outside. And so when we took a commercial break, I was like, what is that? Because it sounded like chanting almost. And our producer, Riley, she was like, we got Christmas carolers.
It was the best.
And it was unexpected, but I was able to see the video because unfortunately they had to leave by the time we were done. And they did such a good job. It was such a...
So sweet.
They were so cute. They were really so
I know.
cute.
I just love it. And I'm like, that's what we need. That's the kind of joy we need all the time.
Yes.
But I feel like today's a really good, pleasant day for Christmas caroling.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go out today.
Oh yeah, today is a very joyful day if you like the sunshine and warm temperatures. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast. Today we're going to see temperatures into the mid to upper 50s, but we are going to have some of those rain chances by the weekend, so make sure you have your umbrella handy.
All right. Thank you, Noah. And thank you all for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday at 6 a.m. Don't go anywhere. Your network news is next, but here's a sneak peek at what's next week. Here's what's coming up next week on News 40 Sunrise. Learn more about a documentary soon to hit the screens of the Capitol.
Plus, discover how you can give back this holiday season and raise money for Alzheimer's research.
Then hear the inspiring story of how one local veteran served our country in next week's Voices of Honor.
Plus, see how you can change the life of one shelter pet in our daily Pet of the Day.
Tune in every weekday at 6 a.m. for these stories and more only on News 40 Sunrise.
Because local